Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now in tune to the greatest podcast that's ever been created. It's the 8-Bit Clubhouse Podcast, episode 25, recorded Monday, December 29th. Introducing your host. He's your favorite gamer. His name says regular Hambone, but he's anything but regular. Hambone Johnny. And next up to bat, he's the coolest kid on the playground. It's Kevin L.A., a.k.a. Bob Cousy. And last but most, he's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Drew. To the thousands watching on YouTube and Twitch around the globe, and to the millions listening to podcast services around the world, welcome to the club. On tonight's episode, it is the game of the year. It gets no better than this. It's game of the year, so stay tuned to see if Arc Raiders wins the prize, or if Donkey Kong smashes his way in, or to see how high Pools ranks on the list. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the episode that recaps the whole year in its entire goodness. Guys, we've got matching hoodies on. It's good to see you.
Woo! Yeah, what an intro, as always. What an intro. And we have to say thank you, Coos, for these awesome Nintendo San Francisco hoodies. These things are amazing.
They look good on you.
Why is mine mirrored? Am I mirrored on you? Or are you?
I'm mirrored, but I'm just.
Oh, okay.
I figure whatever.
You're not mirrored for me, though. That's weird. Am I mirrored?
Yeah. No, you look great.
See, I'm mirrored for me. What a crazy world we live in. I can't figure out technology.
What a world. It's every week I'm shocked that we can actually make it live.
Fact.
So,
me too.
Here we are. I love
it. New Year's is upon us, as one would say. Happy New Year's, everybody. So I started binge watching the show. I've heard of it. I just never committed to it, but I committed to it. Have you guys ever heard of the king of collectibles, the Golden Touch?
I've heard of the king of collectibles, but I wasn't. I didn't know that there was like the golden. I didn't know if there were.
I think that's just the. I don't know. That's like the paraphrase.
Is it a movie or a series?
No, it's a series. So Golden is the name of the company. You go to golden.com. It's essentially like an eBay type thing. But these guys just it's essentially the new era Pawn Stars, where they just like consign these huge ticket items, right? They're not after $1,000, even $10,000 items. They're like going after like the original Michael Jordan rookie card, like the Pokemon, like that Logan Paul is wearing around his neck that's like worth $6 million. Like they're going after these high ticketed items and trying to put them into auction to make their consignor money. It's great. There was a couple Nintendo things in there, a lot of sports memorabilia. It's addicting. I love it. I mean, it's a reality show essentially.
Where are you watching this?
Netflix there's 3 seasons.
Okay. All right, cool.
New season just came out. I just binge watched the 3rd season, and now I'm going to backtrack to season 1. I mean, it's just every episode. You'd have to know the family and the workers and stuff, but it's just there's no storyline. They're just out there trying to make money, and it's fun. It's addicting. I recommend it.
That's cool.
I'll watch it. I will definitely watch it. It was on my list somewhere, but I forgot about it. So thank you for reminding me.
It's like 30-something minute episodes. You can bang them out. And like I said, even Evan got into it. I bet you Owen would like it. The girls might. I mean, it's just if you like collectible type stuff, it's fantastic. But King of Collectibles, the Golden Touch. It's on Netflix. 3 seasons are out there.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to that, but I did get to start Fallout Season 2. I don't know if you guys are watching that, but
I will be.
I think two episodes are out. The 3rd one comes out, I think, this Wednesday, a couple days from now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. More of the same. My wife was watching it with me. She didn't watch the 1st season, but so I would do the thing where you had to pause and explain something. Be like, do you want me to just rewind this back to the start. They did a nice little recap. Just no. We'll keep going. So we did that dance for the hour-long episode, but it was fun. It was fun. She was there. Awesome. And it's great. More Fallout. So I'm excited for that.
Sweet.
Good. What? Anything else? Did you guys have a good Christmas?
I did. Fantastic.
Good.
Yeah. You
stay local.
Yeah. Just chill. Super laid back, and yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Definitely had a good day. And you guys got some snow here recently too, right?
We did. We got about 9 inches, 8-9 inches.
You got a lot more than I did. I only got like 4.
Really powdery though. It was. We never get storms like that around here. Super powdery, fluffy. It was really nice snow. Day after Christmas, it came in, and then we had like a bunch of junk last night. Rain, freezing rain.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. That's crap.
Everything that was nice and fluffy is now weighed down and heavy. So hopefully it's all cleared where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Hey, Cruz, you'll like this one. Basketball tournament this morning. Double overtime. Evan gets a freaking technical foul. For the worst thing ever. So it was, and it kind of cost us the game, and it wasn't his fault. Inbounding the ball, and they said he reached over the line, which I don't really do those, which you can't do. And if you look at the rule book, technically you're supposed to get a warning first. No warning was assessed. Called the technical, which means they get it's a tie game. They get 2 shots and the ball. They missed both free throws, but then they get the ball and get a basket. The best part about it is our coach, for whatever reason, tapes every game, and the camera was set up right on that baseline. And clear as day, Evan did not reach over the line. And to make it 10 times worse, the kid inbounding it had his foot about 4 inches over the line. So the reality was it should have been a reverse call, and we should have
been the other way.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
It was crazy.
What do you even do? I mean, it's like it's nothing, right?
I mean, it's third grade travel basketball, but it was.
You file a complaint? Is there an appeals system?
I know.
Yeah. You can't challenge the call right there either. Right. You gotta.
What does New York say? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy. That's fun.
All right, Cruz. What's next? What do we got?
Fantasy Critic Draft, Hambone?
Yeah. So you guys know that I like all things fantasy. I think it's fun. Do a lot of fantasy football. We do the fantasy survivor stuff. One of the other things that I do sort of fantasy-esque is this fantasy critic draft, and it's a fantasy critic games draft. So sit down with a number of your buddies. You pick several games that you think will review well in the next year. You pick up some games along the way, and then there's a point system. The better the game does, the more points you get. Highest points at the end of the year wins. So I do a few of these each year with different groups and whatnot. But the first one that we did last evening was with the Play Some Video Games folks. So there's a dozen of us over there. Many of us have played together, the last 3 or 4 years. So it's been really fun. And it's just a good time to I know tonight we're going to be looking back and reflecting on 2025, but this is a fun way to kind of look ahead to what's coming in 2026. So just my first draft pick was Control Resonant. So I'm pretty pumped about that game. It looked really cool. The trailer was there in the Game Awards, and then I've got a couple other great indie games part of my team. So yeah, it's a good time. If you guys haven't tried it out yet or tried it before, there's a website. It kind of does it all for you. You're not manually tabulating any scores yourself. So it's a good time.
On the topic, Hambone, I may add, you humble soul also just dominated our video game fantasy football lead.
I did.
You took home the championship.
Yeah, Derrick Henry
always wins.
Derrick Henry took home the championship.
You draft Derrick Henry in August or September, thinking about this time, snowy season, about he's just going to take it home, and especially with Lamar's injury. It was Derrick Henry season, and he delivered. So pretty much him alone almost got me the win there. Yeah, it was great.
And seeing Jesse in the chat, Jesse and myself are out there battling for third place. Pretty much he's got me by 3 points going into tonight. He has Robinson, I have Williams, running back battle.
It could go either way.
I kind of forgot that I was still involved, like until like Sunday watching the games, but that's okay. I mean, I didn't really have to change my lineup.
Perfect.
Looking at it, I mean, maybe I would have put Swift in, but then I'm looking at my running backs. Who would I have taken out? So probably wouldn't have changed it.
Well,
fair enough. Well,
good. That worked out well. My brother-in-law is playing fantasy football for the first time ever, and he's in the championship game with Derrick Henry, and it's he's going to be hooked for life.
It only takes the one. That's it. Fantasy football through and through the rest of that guy's life. That's awesome.
It. Yeah. The thing tell me about this about the fantasy critic stuff is if like there's an unannounced game. Let's say that in February, Nintendo shadow drops Mario Dark Souls. Is it just a rush to who can pick up that game first, or is there a waiting, like a bidding on it?
So shadow drops are tough because it needs to be like the one guy runs this site. And so if the guy doesn't have it in the system as unannounced 3D Mario game is a very common game you could draft. But let's say it's unannounced Star Fox game or whatever, and something like that drops and nobody has it, you can do the commissioner for the league can set up like a special auction for however many people like want to get in it, because the shadow drop kind of throws everything off. If it's announced to come out in like a month or a few weeks from now, the bids run on a weekly basis, so people can rush to it, put in their bid, and highest bidder kind of gets it every Saturday when the bids process.
And you have like a salary for the season?
Yeah, you've got 100 fake dollars to bid on for the season. Usually, like the league I did last night, we drafted 5 games. We have another 6 or 7 to pick up throughout the year. So you use those $100 to pick up those 7 games, add drop if things get delayed, what have you. It's just like a fantasy football team, except it's not scoring every week. It scores when the game comes out, or as more review scores come out to adjust the aggregate.
Oh, okay. So what are the ratings coming from? What site?
It's coming from Open Critic, so it's very similar to a Metacritic, but it's Open Critic. It's a review aggregator.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
can you go on there and review the games that you have high?
I just if you count as one person.
You the way that it works, that there's like verified reviewers. So there's an overall score, and then there's like a verified reviewer score. So it takes it from the verified reviewer score. So no funny business or as little funny business as you can.
I've heard that Hambone Johnny's a verified 100%. Reviewer. I mean,
I don't know.
If he's not, he should be.
Oh, thanks.
Agreed.
All right. Well,
amazing.
Well, good. That sounds like a fun time. I've always been jealous of that, but I don't know. I don't know enough about I hate to say I don't know enough about video games on a video game podcast, but like I don't keep up with that kind of like hype, I guess. But
that's fair.
It sounds fun. Fun.
Most of the fun is just getting together with friends and hanging out.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
The social aspect makes it 100%. Awesome. Yeah, for sure. All right. We're going to try to move through this episode kind of quickly. We're going to talk about briefly what we've been playing. I played over the Christmas break here. My wife loves Overcooked. We played through Overcooked 1, 3-starred all the stages. We played through Overcooked 2, 3-starred all the stages. This is me, my wife, and 2 daughters. We played through all of it, cussing, fighting the whole way. And we decided to turn it on the other night, and I found we've got the Overcooked all you can eat edition. I found they've got some extra stages on there besides the ones that are in 1 and 2 that you can kind of play. So we picked that up and started played through 5 or 6 stages, and we did really well and had a blast with it. We all enjoyed it. The kids will get on a stage, and of course my wife won't finish it unless we get 3 stars.
Oh.
We'll play through it about 4 or 5 times, and the kids will be like,
"Let's move on."
I can't chop.
And my wife's tomatoes. Like, we got to keep going. We're Alexanders. This is what we do. The kids are like, let's just turn this off. But we stuck with it. We had to play some of them 8 or 9 times, but we ended up getting it. The game still on PlayStation. The game still has some glitches here and there. Picking your character, it'll randomly select. There's a part if you'll get to a part where you can't restart the stage. Like it'll let you restart it a couple times, and it's like you can't even. The circle button won't work. The X button won't work in the pause menu. So and they're not going to patch that. That game's too old for them to come in and patch. But we like it. It's a good good family game. I've been playing Cast and Chill.
Oh, that's right.
My friend that I work with, Christian, suggested it, and he texted me the other day. He was like, "Wow, you must really like this game." And he sent me a screenshot of my app. He was creeping on my Nintendo Switch playtime page, and it showed 15 hours on Cast and Chill.
For you.
And I said, "Hold on." I said, "Hold on. I've got it in idle mode. I had it setting in idle mode for like 2 days straight. I've never played a game on idle mode. I feel like it's cheating. I feel like you're not playing the game, you're just letting the computer play it for you. This game needs it because the currency you get for catching fish to unlock additional rods and boats and fishing sites takes 15 hours to unlock these things. And I didn't want to do that for 15 hours just to kind of just unlock the game. So I've only unlocked probably a third of the stuff with 15 hours in the computer playing. I've probably played it a solid 2 hours myself, but the rest of the time's been in idle mode. So that's really helped. If you've got a game like that, idle mode's very beneficial to unlock the things that is just the tedious work of it. And so now I can jump in and go and play the different stages and that I would have to take forever to unlock. So I'm still going to enjoy the game. I'm still going to play the heck out of it, but now I can get to the meat of it without having to grind. So that's cool. That's cool. I like that it has that. So if you're creeping on my Switch page and see that I've played Cast and Chill for 120 hours, that was idle mode. But yeah, Drew, what have you been playing?
I mean, cooking an Arc Raider still. Over 90 hours in, level 60, cruising. Maybe if we get out early tonight, I might even jump back on if anybody's interested. So yeah, having a blast with it. I mean, every time you play that game, you did go tell more stories and more stories, but I'm sure people are tired of me talking about it. So still playing it. My daughter from Santa in her stocking got Just Dance 2026, and not me. They made me play one song and then just laughed at me and still teased me about it. I said, guys, this just isn't my jam. I'm not just no. So they forced me into one. I said, fine, I'm doing this cool little Christmas song. And it didn't go well as expected. And they don't let me live it down.
I
was hoping you'd have a clip.
Yeah, I want a visual. No. Are you prancing around like as a reindeer with the Joy-Cons in your hand or something?
It was there was a reindeer twerking and stuff, and it was something.
Sweet. That sounds great.
But they're loving it. The three of them playing it. Like there's this weird fraud song that now they put on in my car when we're driving, and it's like they're having a blast. Now, Just Dance is like the biggest scam ever because you buy the game, and there's a lot of songs. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, but you can get 400 more songs if you pay the subscription fee. And I'm like, what?
I was going to ask if they still do that. Yeah.
They do. There was a 1 week trial. So we did that. I was like, well, it's new and hot and the kids are playing it. Let's just do the 1 week trial. And then I looked, it's $25 for the year.
That's not bad.
Terrible. I mean, I don't think the game's
that much. They get a few days out of it even. That's worth it.
Yeah. So I'll probably do the 1 year. You know, they'll do it for while, you know, here and there they'll pick it up and whatnot. But it's fine. I mean, it's not me. But I'll tell you what, my wife loves it. She probably played it the most out of anybody. So
really,
the three of them have been playing it. I can't complain. They enjoy it. It's just it's not a Drew game.
Are you playing that on Switch 2 or Switch 1?
It's on Switch 1 edition.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Listen, I've learned. Remember, we did the PlayStation. I have 2 Switches and a Switch 2. The Switch 2 is mine. That's it now. We don't no longer a family. The Switch 2 is Drew's. Speaking of that, though, I did buy a game on the Switch 2 that is a family game. We were around the other night, and I was like, let's have like a family night. I didn't, and I've had Lego Party on my wish list forever. And I was like, if it's on sale, I'm going to pull the trigger. No matter what the sale. I looked, and it was 25% off, and I bought it. It was like $40, and we love Mario Party in this house. This game is fantastic, like way better than I expected. Highly recommend Lego Party. Yeah, I mean, essentially a rip-off of Mario Party, but all in the right ways. They introduced this same concept, right? Instead of coins, you collect like studs, and instead of stars, you collect gold bricks. Same concept, though, right? You'd collect gold bricks, you'd buy them with the studs, you go around the board. Now, each board has some different cool mechanics, but one game mechanic that I absolutely love is, there's no set order of how you roll your dice, essentially. And what I mean by that is, think about Mario Party. It's like you're first, second, third, fourth. That's the order. You play a mini game, and then it's first, second, third, fourth. The cool concept about this is you could be first, and you're one away from the star. And then you're like, all right, well, after this mini game, it'll be my turn, and I'll just get the star next turn. No.
Right.
The next order of rolls depends on what place you finish in the mini game.
Oh, that's cool. It's like that.
Even more like on the line than just getting studs. It's like, man, if I don't finish first, Evan's 3 spots behind me. And if he finishes in front of me, he now rolls first and he could pass me and get the star. So like kind of a whole cool new mechanic where it's like, hey, the mini game's a lot bigger than just winning extra studs. The maps were great. We played at a theme park map where it was different areas of the theme park. And when you get to that area, you can pick which area you want to build. So, for example, it's like, do you want to build a water park or do you want to build a haunted land? Do you want to build like a extreme stunt land or do you want to build like a frozen tundra? Like, it was like you could kind of customize the map. And so every time you played it, it was a little bit different. Then we played a space level, which was a lot of fun too. It's really cool. I think the favorite part about it of all, though, is even the mini games were all, maybe because it's fresh and they're new, were all fantastic. Like,
really,
every mini game we had an absolute blast, to the point like the wife and I were legit crying and laughing so hard in some of these games that they were just so out of control, silly, and fun. We did play it on the Switch too. Even though I think it's a Switch 1 game, I don't know if it's fully enhanced. I don't think it's enhanced. We had a blast. This is a 100% recommended game for anybody that likes Mario Party. Absolutely.
I'll get it. How much is it?
I paid $40 on sale.
Okay.
There's tons and tons of unlockables as well. And when I say unlockables, it's essentially minifigures, and then you can get like costumes to like decorate just a standard minifigure if you want to do that. But yeah, I was like a Yeti. I was the boogeyman. You can be the basic like pirates and space guys and stuff like that. But absolute blast. I mean, I've already got my money's worth. I think we played 3 games so far, and it was absolute ton of fun. So Lego Party.
I'm in on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Highly recommend it.
When did that come out? I feel like it's pretty recent.
It's September, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
End of the summer, early fall, maybe around that time frame.
That's good. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yep.
That's it for me, though. Those 3 are what. And then I did buy the stupid game you told me, Hammer Watch 2s, but I've not booted it up yet.
Okay.
The anniversary edition.
Can't wait.
Incredible.
All right. We'll get I mean, I'll play that with you too. If you bought it, we'll get in and we'll test it out together.
Yeah.
Hambone Johnny?
Yes, sir.
What have you been playing?
I am still on the Arc Raider grind, of course.
Nice.
Same as Drew. Right? It's more of the same, more craziness, meeting a lot of weirdos out there.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been fun. Really, just focusing on the challenges, the weekly challenges and whatnot. But more of the same. I'm liking the snow map. I think that's been pretty fun. Throwing some snowballs at Rocketeers earlier today. That was pretty wild. But a good time. Night Rain, still playing Night Rain. We have not taken down the Dreadlord. each night it seems like we're getting closer and closer. We've got a pretty good strategy for it. Last night was a complete heartbreaker of a run. I had died in the final boss, the second phase. My other buddy went down, and the boss maybe had 10% of his health, probably less.
Ah.
And but the third guy, buddy Pat, was still playing, and he had 2 good hits on him, and literally needed like one more hit. The guy probably had 5 HP left. The big
Yeah.
health bar is big and red. The health bar was so depleted that you couldn't even see the red. It was just a line that he had some kind of health left. So we knew it was like nothing. He could have any sort of attack would have taken him out, but we died. So
Is that the picture you posted in the
that is,
Discord?
I posted it
right now.
Yeah,
I didn't know what I was looking at.
Me either.
Yeah,
But now I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it was a total heartbreaker. But
So
we'll get him.
If he kills it, does that count for you?
It counts for all of us,
even though you're dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Because how that game works is you can like instead of fighting the boss, he could have spent time trying to revive us, but because we had died several times already, it takes longer to do that. So you're better
I
off
like
just
that concept.
just attacking the boss as opposed to trying to revive us because you probably would have died in that.
Okay.
See,
I like that concept. There was when I played Guild Wars back in the day, they had a really cool revive concept that I liked too, that every time you get revived, you lost 15% of your maximum health. So it was like after a time, it was like you were almost useless. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I like games that do add that a little bit.
It's really cool.
It is.
Yeah. So that's going well. I mean, as good as it can be. I mean, if we won, that would have been better, but still having a lot of fun with it.
So is this the last thing? You beat him and you're done?
That's the last boss, yeah.
For now, until
that's
DLC.
it. So there's a group of like 4 of us that normally play. So when 3 of us get together, like, all right, well, we've checked that box, but once our 4th person wants to go and kind of
you have to help them out.
We'll go help them out for sure. So we'll make sure that we get that done. But yeah, man, this boss is tough. It's probably a dozen tries. Still no luck yet. But
and how long does it take? A while or?
Each run is about 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes to get back to that point to be able to fight the boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and
so
then
it's
fight him. Gotcha.
And then fight them. Yeah, but it's fun. We're trying different strategies, bringing in different characters, trying different maps. So it's been interesting at least to try it all out.
Sweet.
And then the last game I'll mention is more Star Wars Outlaws. So I've put in a few more hours since the last time we've connected on that. It's good. It's more. It continues to be fun. I've unlocked space combat now, which is really fun. So last time I talked about it, I think I mentioned this is pretty much just like a Star Wars Ubisoft game in terms of an open world nature, dots on a map, going around, collecting stuff, doing side quests. This is something totally different that you don't ever see in sort of a different type of, it's not in a Far Cry, it's not in a Assassin's Creed, right? You're flying a spaceship and they do a really good job with it. I've only done sort of that first tutorial section, but it was super fun. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that throughout the game. So that's definitely spurring me on to go back to it some more.
Okay. That's
some
interesting.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Good to hear. Yeah.
2 other little side mini games that I found pretty fun in the game as well. One of them's Sabak, so it's like a card game that you play. It's a 3 rounds, basically gambling game where you play against 3 other people, NPCs in the game, and you're trying to make the lowest hand. There's 2 decks you draw cards from, and you're trying to get 2 zeros. Basically, is the best hand that you can get. But there's different ways to cheat and use like special abilities to either help yourself or go against the people you're playing against. It's been pretty fun. It's one of those side quests where like if I see it pop up, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go prioritize that because it's just mechanics are good. The games don't take very long, and it's just something else fun in there.
Is that game? Did you see the movie Solo? With
I think so. I think that's the same game.
Donald Glover played the card game in that movie. I think that's the same thing. I think it's
been a while since I've seen Solo, but yeah, I think it's the same one.
That's cool.
And then lastly, there's like little arcade machines you can come across as you're like walking through the world. There's more like it's not like Space Invaders, but it's like a 3D like Tempest almost game. If you remember that game from back in the day, you're playing like one of those, and the other one is like you're on a speeder bike trying to avoid rocks, and get boosts. So you're moving on a grid where it's moving forward there's 3 lanes and you're just basically going side to side, trying to dodge the rocks, hit the boosts, and it gets harder and harder and harder. And of course, one of the trophies was, get a high score in this game. And I'm like, well, I've got to try.
Yeah.
Only 2% of people have done this. So I'm like, I want to be the 2%, of course. So I spent an hour getting a high score in that game.
Okay.
And turns out you had to be perfect on run, basically. Maybe you could have hit one, but yeah. So eventually I got good enough to do that. It was a lot of tries, but it's done. But it was
That's
fun.
what games are all about. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Sweet.
You mentioned throwing a snowball at the what is the big thing?
Rocketeers.
Oh,
the
Rocketeer, yes, the snowball at the Rocketeer. Last time I played with Drew, as soon as we got in the stage, we got bombarded by several different arcs. They were just all over us. And Drew's like, hide. So I'm like ducked down in a bus with this little pea shooter. Drew throws this wolf pack on this Rocketeer and it beats it up. And he's got this big, heavy cannon gun and he's blasting this thing and it's just not going down. I get like one clean shot on this thing with a pea shooter and pop it right in the thruster and it drops. I did 1% of damage and it was the 1%.
You got the trophy off that, man.
I did. I got the trophy off of it. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was crawling around like, Coots, revive me. He's like, where are you? I didn't even know you were dead.
yeah, that did happen. I had to
the best. Yeah. The game's so fun.
That's good.
Gotta love it. All right. And up next in the second and first and last and final segment of the podcast is our games of the year. So we will all three go around and talk about the top 10 games that we've played. Would anybody like to go first?
Well,
I will go first.
Okay.
So my number 10 game of the year is Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I like that game. I actually finished it, which is rare for me. I don't finish a lot of games. I played through and finished it. It was a good game on the Switch too. It's got the old school graphics. Loved it. Play it.
Awesome. I liked it too.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. My number 10 game is Lonely Mountains Snow Riders. So this was the skiing game that came out January, February, or earlier on this year. Sequel to Lonely Mountains Downhill, the mountain bike game. And I had a blast. It was super fun. Single player was really, really fun. And then before I kind of moved on to something else, I messed around with some of the multiplayer matches, and that was really fun too. Like you're supposed to fail on these games, right? It's putting you in these really difficult situations where you're flying off the ledge, or you miss a jump, or you nailed a rock. And doing that yourself is fun, and getting that high score and the best time is great. But going down a hill and just seeing like these rando dudes just fly off into oblivion is pretty hilarious. It's a good time. It just came out on PlayStation as well. It was Xbox and PC, I think, only. So if you're interested and you like downhill, check out Snow Riders.
Yeah, nice. I played they had a bicycle game, one of those, right?
Downhill. Yeah, Lonely Mountains downhill.
I played a little bit of that. Yeah, I liked it. The controls were good. It looked good. Good game. Yeah. Sweet. And just to verify, these are the top 10 games that we've played this year, not necessarily that have come out this year. So if there was a game that came out in 1996 that none of us had played, but then we played it in 2025 and said, you know what, this is the top 3 game for me of this year, then that can be on the list. It's okay. So the games don't necessarily have to come out this year, because I played a lot of games, I told Ambone before, that came out this year that are trash. So they don't make the list. But all right, Drew, what do you got?
Really quick, I want to recap my year because I have some stats. I played 39 unique games, some being old, some being new. Some of those being free, right, through NSL or online, or old school games I already had. $906 was the money I spent on those 39 games. And really quick, I want to throw out some honorable mentions that I didn't make the list. I'm not going to talk about them, just mention them. Showdown. You never heard of it? Look it up.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Amazing. That's on my honorable mentions as well.
A Short Hike, played it this year for the first time. Great game to play on a Saturday morning with 2 cups of coffee. Lost in Random, The Eternal Die, which was a roguelike game, and of course the last one, Hollow Knight Silksong. All right, so my number 10 game of the year. Thought hard about this, thought if it deserved to be on the list, and I think it gets a bad rap. I'm going with Mario Kart World, right? So Mario Kart World, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's not great anymore. It feels emptiness in this open." And I still think it's a fantastic game. I think we were coming off a very difficult follow up from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And yeah, there is some issues with the open world. Great ideas, great concept, just felt lackluster. The gameplay is super smooth. The visuals look awesome. I mean, I went around, wasted hours and hours of time trying to unlock all the stupid costumes, which I did, and the K-Mech hunting and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, it's a good game. I think it deserves to be on the list, so I put it in here at number 10.
Yep, that's good. It is a good game. Yep. I felt like with the biggest difference I felt between the two, this Mario Kart and the last one, is that anybody could win this one. And I think that's great for kids, but for like pros, I just don't know how my child can beat me because I'm the best at Mario Kart.
You know what? So. I saw in the Nintendo Dad chat, I saw John Blanco say something, and it holds pretty true. I thought about is like the roads were just too wide and too big. So it's just like, and I think that was due to having so many characters.
Yeah, they needed to make more space. But I also think you lose a lot of sense of speed.
You do, and you just feel like you're just, I think it lost a lot there. Yep.
Yeah. So. All right, next up, my number 9. I'm sorry, Neo Prime 33, but it's Metroid Prime 4. I think that it may have been higher on my list had I played it more. And I'm going to play it more. I'm about to get on an airplane tomorrow, and I'm going to play it on the plane. Maybe. Let me ask you guys this, just completely off the topic now. When you guys go on flights, do you pack a bunch of stuff to do on the plane and then not do it?
Yeah. I usually bring a book and my Switch or Steam Deck, and I'm lucky if one or the other gets done.
I always bring a book, especially on cruises. I'm like, every morning I'm going to wake up and read like 2 chapters. Yeah, and you end up scrolling your phone or just walking around. I'm the same way. I bring tons of shit and then I don't.
Yeah. I don't know. Why do we do that to ourselves? I bring like a PSP, and I'm like, I'm going to go back and play the classics on the PSP and the Nintendo, the original Game Boy. I'm not.
You know why, Coos? Because this is what happens. You have like a 3-hour flight, let's say. By the time you take off and the people are walking around, you want to drink, you want to snack, and then you lose 30 minutes in the beginning and 30 minutes. And then I'm naturally a people person. I'm a people watcher, and I just want to look around me. And I get so distracted. What the hell's the person watching on my right? What's the person strolling through on my left? What's that guy doing up? I just want to know. And I'll be like playing a game. I'll be looking up, and then before you know it, I'm dead. And there's too much going on a flight, Coos. That's the problem.
Okay, all right. So Drew's the nosy passenger. Got it. Anyways, yes, Metroid. I'm gonna plan on playing it. It's what I've played of it so far, runs great, looks great. The story is intriguing. It's Metroid, it's Prime, it's 4. It made the list at number 9 for me. Hambo and Johnny, what you got?
Amazing. Number 9 for me is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Had a great time with this game. Played it a bunch with my son. Watched him play it a bunch. I really, really liked this game. I think it was super fun. The finale, sort of the final boss fight, the lead up to that was really good. It lost me in some of the post game stuff. I didn't feel that pull to kind of go back there and like 100% everything. But I think the whole package was really good. I think it was probably the best Nintendo game that came out this year, in my opinion. But yeah, it was great. Number 9, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with those. We'll talk about it in a minute. But yep, I agree. My number 9, Handbone. Don't hate me too much. I won't say too much about it. But Hades 2 on the list. I'm going to be blunt. This was a tough year for me. I mean, I played 40 games. I played a lot of good games, like more than I could say about this other year. So, though it's number 9. I mean, I played a ton of it. I didn't maybe 100% it, but I did beat the final end, and I did all that stuff. I think I told you there was that middle portion of it where I feel like you're playing and you're playing and you're playing, and then when the up and the down essentially opens up, before that happens, there's like a lull, like, where am I going with this? Like, I'm not feeling like I'm getting any stronger. And then like it does click, but it takes too long to click. I wish it clicked a couple hours earlier. And then it great, because now it's this whole new game essentially that starts up and plays again. Fantastic game. I played a lot of good shitty games that I'm going to talk about.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna judge you until I hear what's number 8 and above.
You're going to judge me, believe me. You are going to judge me. But we'll talk more about it, I'm sure, in the near future. So number 9, Hades 2 for me.
My number 8 is Arc Raiders. We've talked forever about that, and it's. I think the timing of this game is interesting. When it came out, as opposed to what else came out around it, and the type of game it is. I mean, it essentially went pretty head to head with the new Call of Duty and with Battlefield 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear more people talking about Arc Raiders than I do. Battlefield 6 got a lot of hype, but I've heard nobody playing Call of Duty. So, but Arc Raiders is the new shiny thing, and it's fun. It's fun. We'll see what kind of legs it has, but for now, number 8 on my list.
Nice,
amazing. Number 8 on my list is Lies of P Overture. So this was
Lies
the
of
DLC.
P.
Yeah, Lies of P. So yeah, this was long anticipated DLC for me. I love Lies of P. It's probably my favorite Souls-like game outside of Elden Ring. So I was really, really excited for this one. Really awesome story, new weapons, really interesting way that they introduced the DLC. So yeah, if you are interested, definitely check it out. It's worth the asking price. It's a little bit of a pricey DLC. I think it was $30, but well worth it. So Lies of P Overture, number 8.
Sweet. Number 8, GTA Bonanza. Just talked about it a little bit. It made the list for me. I agree with Hambone. By far, probably the best, I think, Nintendo game that was published this year. Played this entire game with my wife. We had a fantastic time. Never really overstayed its welcome. I love the collectibles, changing the colors of the stand and the shorts and stuff like that. I didn't even really care too much about what the benefit was. I think it was just fun to every time you saw a little shop, like, let me just make it a different color to have some fun. But again, this was a fantastic, smooth game for what it was. I agree with Hambone as well, as where I never felt like I went back and I did the trials and stuff like that. But I was like, originally in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to collect all the bananas. And I think I had the Odyssey syndrome where, like, at which point is too many, right? Like, you think back to Mario 64 and it's like 100 stars. Great. Like, that's achievable. Right? And maybe make some hard, so I have to spend an hour trying to get one. But when you have hundreds and hundreds, it's like
Odyssey had like 370 moons or something crazy.
They had like 900 or something.
Maybe.
Maybe. Ridiculous amount.
And I love Odyssey. We all love Odyssey, but I don't want to go collect 900 moons. Like, come on, people. And I think that was my thing with GTA Bonanza. I didn't even buy the DLC, even though I hear great things about it. Just there's too many other good things out there. Like, you got to keep me going. But it still was a fantastic game. Don't want to take away from that. GTA Bonanza number 8.
All right. I didn't play DK Bonanza, so it's not on my list, spoiler, but my kids both loved it. And it's funny, every time I go into a Target or a store where there's a Switch demo set up, that's the game that I play. Mm-hmm. So I play Donkey Kong. It's fun. The demo's fun. My number 7 is Everybody's Golf.
Okay.
I think there's some other words with it. But it's
the new one. Hot Shots.
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. Yeah, I loved it. It came out. We thought Mario Golf League. We thought back in the saddle, But I really had it. What got me is that I bought it on 2 systems, and I was playing it on Switch and PlayStation. And I think that burnt me out to where I would unlock something on Switch and then I wouldn't have it unlocked on PlayStation and vice versa. I'd get a trophy on PlayStation and that would hook me. And it's really good portable game, mobile game. I should have just picked one system and stuck with it. That's what did me in on that game. But I like it. It ran good. It looked really good on PlayStation, actually. And I actually probably need to go back and play it on there. But yep.
Yeah, great game. Albatross mode. Amazing.
Albatross, yeah. I mean, that sells itself right there.
That's it. Amazing. Awesome. My number 7 is Split Fiction. I loved this game. I had a lot of fun with this. I played through. So if you don't know, obviously, it's a co-op game. You need 2 players to play with it. I played through with Kuz, with one of the characters, and I played through with my son with the other. And there were a lot of sections that were similar. A lot of it, you're just kind of a normal human jumping around doing some platforming. But I think it does have some good replayability and replay value with the different powers that each of the different characters get. I'd say after the 2 playthroughs, I wasn't bored at all going through both of them. I think it was super fun. And it was a great game. Good narrative, really cool powers. That last level, amazing, incredible.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so Split Fiction, great game.
Well, my number 7 there, Hambone, is Split Fiction. It is a fantastic game. I agree. I think what was so exciting about Split Fiction is that it was a launch title with the Nintendo Switch 2. And that got me really excited because it was like the first or one of the first big boy games I could play, if you want to call it that, on a Switch or Nintendo system. And the visuals fit perfectly, and it ran super smooth. I played this game with my wife. We had so much fun. I think never once was I was like, I'm getting tired of it. Is it almost over yet? Because I kind of want to just beat it and move on. No, like we were super excited. We were invested in the story. It was just fun. I loved the unique different play styles that we would get each level or each world, and seeing the different funny characters that you got transformed into. It was a great game. I think everything about it. This game was always going to be my top 10 list from the minute I played it. Just not sure where it was going to fall. And here we are, number 7, Split Fiction.
There we go. Let's see. Number 6. My number 6 is a game that I think it was out on MetaQuest or other VR systems before, but just came to PlayStation VR2 this year. So it's a 2025 game on PlayStation, and that's Subside. Those that know me know that I love diving. I love fish. I love water. I love diving in water with fish. And this game is a VR diving game. Why they hadn't made one of these before, nobody knows. But it's beautiful. It runs great. The only reason it's not higher on the list for me is that you can get a little nauseous. You get a little motion sickness because you're swimming all over the place and your body's staying still. But I've got no complaints about that game other than that. And it could be longer. I will take more fish, please. Subside developers. I know you're watching. Hambo and Johnny, what you got?
Yeah. Number 6 for me is Dispatch. I loved this game. Not a genre I typically would play, but I was intrigued by the story, the animation, the voice actors that they had coming along for it. And yeah, it was great. I was hooked in with the sort of weekly episodic releases. That was super fun. And it was a great story. I played it through twice, got the platinum. Highly recommend coming to Switch in a month or so, right? So
that's right. Yep.
If you hadn't tried it yet, give it a go. Dispatch, number 6.
Dispatch. Good stuff.
My number 6 is a game that I played many years ago that I never finished. But 2025 was a year I powered through it. I don't want to say powered through it, enjoyed my way through it due to a remake. Number 6 was Xenoblade Chronicles X, where such a fun, unique take in this futuristic world that built this city in the middle of this Avatar type world that looks like James Cameron created with these amazing creatures around. The closest to like an MMO style Nintendo game where you're doing quests and you're going out and you're coming back to your hub and you get into that cycle and then you get this mech and this that can fly and so much more powerful. Now you can hunt bigger monsters. Super cool, unique story with all of it, and it really grabbed me this time. And I really, really enjoyed it. It was a very long game, but again, I played it in these chunks of these cycles where you do a story mission, and then you're like, you know what? The next week, I'm just going to spend doing side quests and finding this girl's lost cat and helping this guy get a date with this girl, and then killing this dinosaur. It's like such a all over the map type game that was so much fun. So Xenoblade Chronicles X, long game. So glad I ended up playing through it to see the final story beat, and a lot of fun.
All right. Next up is my number 5, and that would be Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. I don't know the name. I've got these games on my list, and I don't know the names of them.
That was the right one.
That's it. Yeah, all right. Sweet. I figured that made a lot of sense for them to name it Replanted. It's the original Plants vs. Zombies, but it's replanted. They redid it. They've got better graphics. They have a ton of different side quests and add-on mini games, and there's a lot to do in that game. And it seemed like every time that I'd pick up my PS Portal, that's the game I was turning on. You could stream it on there with the plus tier or whatever. That was just it's great handheld. I liked it. I was enjoying it so much. I went back and started playing it on the Vita, the original. It hooked. My wife's hooked on it still. It's a good game. Good game. I mentioned to you guys earlier this year that I wanted a tower defense game, and then they announced this, and I'm like, this is the one. So I jumped on it, played it, loved it. I'm debating on whether to get it on Switch, but I can't do that, right? I've already learned my lesson on getting games on 2 systems, so I think I'm just going to stick with the PlayStation, finish it on there. I did finish it through once, but now it's like you got to go back and do the things. You got to play it twice. So it's so nice. You got to play it twice. Hambone Johnny, what do you got for number 5?
Number 5 for me is Ghost of Yotei. So PlayStation's big release this year. Great samurai story. I can't say anything bad about this game. Combat was super fun, brutal. Story was pretty good. Loved it. Ghost of Yotei.
Nice.
Sweet. All right, top 5. This is where my shit really hits the fan, one might want to say. My number 5 game of the year is Absalom. I fell in love with this game, Carl the Dwarf and all his other sidekicks. This was a game that I was like, oh, this looks fun. And then I was like, I don't know how I feel about the beat 'em ups like style of it. But I ended up getting it, and my wife fell in love with it. Was asking me like after dinner, "Hey, we gonna play? We gonna play?" Like she got hooked in it, so I got hooked on it. I mean, I beat it with every character. I unlocked everything. I beat the game several times. This was something that I didn't see myself falling in love with. But I think what made this game so unique was there's so many different paths you could take. The little side quest that kept popping up, like, no, take this path and do this to unlock this quest to do this. It was unique. There was the different characters to try to change up the play style to make it a little bit more fun. But Absalom is a fantastic, if you don't know, it's a think of the old school beat 'em up like Ninja Turtles games, but today's graphics in a fantasy setting with dwarves and elves, and just it's a roguelike that you get stronger every run, and it's a lot of fun. So that's my number 5.
Great game. I just love that they named him Carl. Like all these other names are like fantasy, whatever. Yeah, and then it's Carl
the Dwarf.
Yeah. I can't wrap my head around a beat 'em up like Turtles being roguelike. I feel like because in those Turtles games, and even what's the game I played earlier? The Streets of Rage. Yeah, you can go through those games really with pretty easy to make it through these games. So I don't know what the aspect of it's just starting over being powerful.
It's a really good balance of, I think, the skill trees and power ups of getting your character stronger. I think they did a really good job at balancing that makes you need to play that game, the game over and over again. I mean, you'd have, I don't know if it's physically possible to beat it. I mean, technically, I guess it is like first time, but you'd have to be like perfect and do a lot of dodging and stuff.
Dodges, parries, different elemental upgrades that you can get. That's kind of what makes it fresh every time. Like, oh, maybe this time I'm a fire. My dashes will do fire, and I'll throw out these thorn daggers. Whereas next time you might have fire when you attack, and then bubbles when you dash or something, right? So
correct.
And then each of those power ups make the play a little bit different because it's better to attack an enemy one way or the other depending on what power ups you have.
Yeah, it's really cool game. Really cool.
Nice. I do love a good parry. It can really feel nice when you do a good
you get that little like
yeah. I think this is one of those games too. If you do it with certain skills, like you can do damage or reset your special or stuff like that, which
that's cool.
It rewards you for pulling it off.
Yeah.
Yep.
My number 4 is Resident Evil 4 virtual reality version. I think it came out this year on PlayStation. Looks great, runs great, feels great. This game is a classic. Resident Evil 4, classic Resident Evil, maybe the best one. And then to put you in that world with a virtual reality helmet on. I've only played through a chapter or two. I plan to play more when I have the time, but this is a game that I think about actually more than I play. I think about playing this game. Like, I've got to go back to that. I've got to go back. It keeps like hitting me. So I will go back to it. But it was very, very good what I'd played of it. So, Emma and Johnny?
My number 4 is Arc Raiders.
Nice.
Been talking about this for the last couple months at this point, but I loved it. Loved the game. It's still got its hooks in me. This far in, I just love the different aspects. Like, you can go in with a quest in mind, or trying to get parts, or just going to play with some buddies and get into shenanigans. The people that you meet. I've taken so many screenshots and clips of this game, probably the most out of any game I've played this year. It's just constantly fun. They've done a really great job with it. And I've never played an extraction shooter before, and this one just pulled me in. Number 4, Arc Raiders.
Nice.
Absolutely. My number 4 is a game that was not on my radar. I was not going to buy it, and then I bought it, and it was one of those games that I couldn't put down. That is UFO 50. If you don't remember this game, that was a game that legit had 50 games in one. They were all like NES type style games, but all brand new remakes. And sure, there were some duds, but let me tell you, there was a lot of hits. There was a few episodes back, probably a few months ago. Go back and listen to. I went into great detail on my favorite games, but this was a game that it stuck around. I played all 50 games. No, I didn't beat them all, but I did beat a good chunk of them, and I even like 100%ed a few of them.
Nice.
And there was just, again, I mean, out of 50 games, if you can find 10 that you are obsessed with and love, it's a huge win, and that's what happened here for me. So, UFO 50 is my number 4.
Sweet. So good. Yeah. I forgot about that game the other day. I was scrolling through my Switch and saw it, and I was like, oh, there it is.
Yep.
That's a good one. My number 3 is Mafia: The Old Country.
Yeah. If it hadn't turned on you, it could have been higher.
Yeah. I would have preferred a different ending, but other than that, great. There's tons of different cars you can drive, all the guns, all the knives. You can customize everything. The story's really good. It looks pretty. It's a big world. You drive through the countryside of 1900s Italy, and it's beautiful. It's I recommend it. Mafia: The Old Country.
I thought of you today, too, so as I was watching that Tina Collectibles show, and one of the guy wanted to consign a gun that was owned by Al Capone.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So said, "Oh man, Cruz in the Mafia game."
Yeah, yeah, and it makes me want to go back and play the other ones too.
Yeah,
they're probably not as good, but I like that kind of. I like the vibe. I like the Mafia vibe.
That's
So
cool.
That's cool.
maybe I'll go back and dive into those. We'll see.
Love it. Yeah, my number 3 is Elden Ring Night Rain. This is the game I have the most hours in this year by a long shot. Amazing. I've talked about it probably since we started the podcast. I feel like this was probably my most hype game I had this year. Had a lot of special moments with this game. From playing the beta, playing it live at PAX was super fun. All the runs that we did with the Night Rain crew. And honestly, that's if I didn't have those guys, probably would not have been as high on my list. Obviously, I love Elden Ring and that whole world and whatnot. But since this was a multiplayer game where you really need 3 players together to coordinate to really get the best out of it, yeah, without those guys, it wouldn't have been as good. So, yeah, amazing time. Going to keep playing it until that darn Dreadlord goes down at least twice more. But yeah, that's Elden Ring Night Rain, number 3 for me this year.
It's so cool how like community can make a game better. I love when that happens.
It's great.
Yeah.
I was a few months behind my PS5 Hambo, so I know this was would have been a Drew game. I mean, I never played, the Elden Ring yet. I will be, but I think this would have been a game I would have fell in love with as well. But
yeah,
that's okay. My number 3 is Arc Raiders. My really second PlayStation experience that I fell in love with. Obviously, we've talked about this a million times, but like you said, I think just teaming up the 3 of us, or with my buddies from work, or even going solo and just meeting, like you said, the people. This game has taken over all of my social media, which is not a lot, but enough where the memes and the videos and the shorts that are just it's just great. It's so much more than a game than what it created. It's hilarious. So Arc Raiders, my number 3.
Nice. I would have guessed higher, but I would have lost that bet. My number 2 is PGA 2K, and I know what you're saying. A stinking sports game in the top 2 best games of this year. I don't even think it came out this year, but I loved it and still do love it. It's got tons of customization. It's the best golf game I've ever played.
I can't wait for it to come to the Switch.
Yeah, so that's why it's so high for me. I played it and I'm like, this is it. They've nailed everything. The way you can dial up the difficulty as well makes it good, because there's a lot of golf games where you get the hang of it and it's boom, boom, boom. You're birdies and beers, right? You're just knocking in hole in ones in Mario Golf.
Albatross
this game, as soon as it gets a little too easy, you dial it up and it will make it hard.
Oh, nice.
It just adds in the next level. So, yep, great game. PGA 2K 25. Oh, I guess it did come out. No, that's just the year it put on there. It didn't come out this year. You know how they do with those sports games.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's the sports games and cars. I don't understand what they do. Right. But yeah.
Yeah.
My number 2 was Clair Obscure Expedition 33 this year. Love this game. Talked very, very highly about it through my whole playthrough and beyond. Obviously, it's won a ton of awards. It doesn't need another one for me, but I absolutely love it. Drew, this is like one of my biggest recommendations for you to get around to for next year. I think you would really vibe with this one. Wait for a sale, but or when it comes to Switch, because I think it will. But yeah, amazing experience. Even if you don't like RPGs, I would say give this a look, give it a try.
Okay.
All right. My number 2 is a game that I love because it's reminded me of a lot of my past gaming. And then once I got you two to jump on board and join the bandwagon of the Ravens Watch, it just made it that much more enjoyable. I just love these style of these gauntlet legends, like isometric, beat 'em up, fantasy, and then they threw this twist of like folklore of Pinocchio and the Pied Piper and Romeo and Juliet and Beowulf, and it just made it so much fun. Then had the little quests like the Three Little Pigs and Jack and the Beanstalk, and in this dark kind of Diablo-ish type game, where you didn't really have to worry about loot as much, which I loved. And yeah, this game was a huge win. I was playing it with you guys. I was playing it solo mode, and yeah, we still haven't beat it as a team yet, but maybe someday maybe we'll get back to it. But Raven's Watch is my number 2, which is a cross-platform game, by the way, for you out there that aren't just playing on the Switch. It is available, I believe, on all consoles. And we played crossplay. So.
Yeah. Right. Who's is on PlayStation? You're on Switch, and I played on PC. So
that's
that worked great.
Yep. Good stuff, Ravens Watch. All right. The number 1 game of the year for each of us. The 8-Bit Clubhouse Award goes to my pick for number 1 is Split Fiction. As Hambone mentioned, we played through that together, and I don't know how many times I said wow or awesome or that's amazing or that's great, or I mean, I was just constantly praising this game while I was playing it, which never happens. And then a few months later, I played it through with my daughter, had the same joy with that. And now she's playing it through with my brother-in-law, and he's loving it too. So it's like we mentioned, it takes 2 people to play it, which is great. I like video games that bring people together, that it's mostly more than one player. I think that just having fun and a frog's leg blowing off and shooting across the screen, or just random things happening in video games, the more joy that you can have with a video game, I feel like makes for a good game. And Split Fiction is a lot of fun, a lot of joy. You don't know what's going to happen next. My only downside to this game would be that they named the machine the Machine. Maybe make it like the culminator of dreams or something, but just the machine.
The Machine.
So
that's it.
That was it. But Split Fiction. If you haven't played it, go play it. It's on everything.
Oh my god,
it's out awesome. There.
I still think about that guy with all his monitors. Like why did he need so many?
Yeah, he had his eye on everything.
He knew everything was going on. Yeah, so many monitors that he couldn't name the machine.
That's right.
That's right.
It was great.
So Hambone's up next, and Rainer says, if Hambone doesn't put Power Washing Simulator number 1, we will riot, JK.
Riot away.
Really quick, I have a funny story about that. So my wife she gets into these spurts on her mobile phone about games. And I told her, I was like, you should take my Switch and play Power Wash Simulator. I just think it's something you would like. And she's like, I just won't do it. I was like, I'll buy it. It's fine. We'll do it. Blah, blah. She's like, no, I don't think I'll play the Switch. She doesn't sit on the couch and play the Switch, but she'll sit on the couch and do anything on her phone. Needless to say, like a week later goes by, she's like, hey, look, Power Wash Simulator is the number 1 game on the Apple arcade or whatever. And I'm not exaggerating. In the last 10 days, I think she has 40 hours into it. She's just nonstop.
I know my wife would do the same thing. I got to get it for her. She's got it on her iPad. Your wife does?
She plays on her phone, and she has like she has like a little stylus, like the old school, and she uses that. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sorry to interrupt you, number 2, Hambo.
No, that's great.
Number 1. Number 1.
Yeah, for sure. I just before I say my number 1, a couple honorable mentions from me. Of course, got to give the nod to Power Wash Simulator. I was able to finish it this year. The ending of that game, once your wife finally gets there, is bonkers. It's crazy. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's insane. Ball Pit absorbed my life for a while there. I got sucked into the void, sucked into the pit. First Berserker Kazan, that was a Souls-like game that came out earlier this year. Ben Starr is the lead actor in that one too. Very cool art style, awesome combat. And I got around to Dark Souls 3 for the first time this year. I really liked my time with Dark Souls 3. That was fun. But, of course, Kuz, as you know, there can be only one. And the one for me this year is Hades 2. It's got to be Hades 2.
Hades 2.
It's got to be Hades 2. I was so excited for this game. Early access got me into it. I didn't have the same experience as Drew did, where like the kind of lull there for a few hours. I sort of made it a point to step away for a bit after I kind of got my fill there with early access, waiting for the full release, and I think that was the move. I absolutely love it. I probably have 100 hours in Hades 2. I did nearly everything, all the different challenges, beat it, God knows how many times, both up and down. Saw the ending, and absolutely loved it. It's Hades plus times two, basically. There's so much content in it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. When it comes out to PlayStation, I will absolutely play it again. I loved it.
Really?
Hades 2,
Okay.
number one for
Nice.
me in 2025.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I kind of forget, but definitely made sense. And two is I got nervous because I didn't know what your number one was going to be. I forgot, and I didn't see Pools on the list yet, and I was concerned for you.
Honorable
and for
mention
everyone.
to Pools. Pools is definitely honorable mention. What a unique game. It's still somewhere on somebody's list, and if not number one on your list, it's number one in your hearts. Pools, check it out.
All right, my number one is a game that also was not on my radar. You guys might hate me for saying this, but I have to say it because I was obsessed with this game. I put in over 70 hours in 22 days. That averages over 3 hours a day. I played this game, and it is Core Keeper. This game is
Keeper. I forgot about that.
I got so locked in looking stuff up online and how do I do this and this. I was building this fort and this base. So again, I talked about this in the past, but in simple, this is a game of exploring and mining and then crafting and building your base stronger and a little bit of combat thrown in there. It's like a 2D-ish Minecraft from a top-down view. And I just got obsessed and locked in with it, and not even really a Drew type of game, but I don't know what it was, and I still think about it. I mean, I'll never go back and play it again because these are the type of games that are tough, like you're mining and you're building stuff, so it's like I would never want to redo it, but you could. Some people build a totally different base, and it was just so clever for like the things you could do. Like the sophistication of like you could run electricity, you could make entire mine carts so you could go to certain places faster. Tons of stuff that I did not expect in this game that you could just go off the grid with. So Core Keeper was an absolute favorite of mine. Being able to run the credits and see that game to the finale was fantastic. I highly recommend this game. It is in like that 8-bit, 16-bit style, and give it a try. Look it up. It's probably not an expensive game, to be honest. But yeah, that's my number one.
You talked so highly of that game when you played it. I feel like I bought it and then played it and hated it and deleted it like really quickly. I didn't even give it like an hour.
I think you can actually play co-op online, or you can visit other people's area. I don't know. I didn't get involved in that, but there is some type of interaction. I'll tell you what, it's hard to get going because you're literally just this guy with this little basic pickaxe, and it's like, where do you begin? But
I think that's where I struggled.
And you upgrade your items and you start building a base, and you have this little house with some torches on the wall that gives you light. And then you'd have full electricity going and minecarts flowing, and there's different biomes, and you can't get to that biome until you upgrade your pickaxe, and then there's weapons and you can shoot guns, and it's like it gets.
Didn't you have cows? You had cows too, didn't you?
Oh, that's right. I had a whole farm. I had cows, and I was getting milk from them, and I could kill them for meat. And you have to eat food, or else you die. Oh my god, it's very bad memories, Hambone. It's intense. I remember I took a video of my whole base.
Yeah, you're like, look at my cows, guys. So like, wow,
yes,
impressive.
It's been a great year. It's been a great year.
Awesome year. I had a ton of fun out there.
Yeah,
a lot of options too. A lot of different types of games. A lot of good games that have come out, and I think our lists definitely reflect that. I think we all touch different elements of the gaming sphere throughout the year.
That's what I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do really like all the crossover that we had too. I think, Coos getting time to spend with playing Split Fiction, getting together playing Ravens Watch, messing around in Arc Raiders together. Like I love finding those opportunities to connect when they arise. So very cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking as Drew was there talking about Core Keeper, how what makes this podcast the greatest podcast ever created is that we each have our own different styles of games that we like, and I think that meshes well together. And I think we it plays off each other, and we cover a diversity of genres and things that are out there. I think that works really well for this show and for us too. And the fact that we can come together and play a Ravens Watch together or a, Fall Guys or whatever. I think the only 2 games that out of 30 games, the only 2 that crossed over on everybody's list was Split Fiction and Arc. So good stuff. That's how many different choices we had out there. But yeah, great year for gaming. Anything else you have to add, Drew, for 2025?
I don't think so. It's been a great gaming year for me. Like I said, I played a lot of games. I kind of branched out my shell a little bit. I got the PlayStation. I'm looking forward to next year. I already have Ragnarok, God of War sitting in my game room right now, ready to go. Once I've reached my Arc Raiders limit, or I need a break. Hambone's talking about Expedition 33, so I'm excited to see what Demon brings for me for 2026. But yeah, we need, from a Nintendo point of view, my love, we need something, because I don't think Mario Tennis is going to get me excited. So we need to see some dates for some Elden Ring.
Are you going to play Fire Emblem? Speaking of Nintendo?
Nope. The only Nintendo items I have in my short list is I will probably play Final Fantasy, which is soon, believe it or not. Yeah. And then I will be playing Dragon Quest 7. So those ones
and coasters. Coasters are also on the list.
They're also on the list. So yeah, excited stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hambo, Johnny, anything else you have to add for the year that was?
I think it was a great year. Amazing first year of podcasting with you guys. Appreciate all the time we spent together. It's been a blast. I'm looking forward to doing it all again next year. I can't wait to see what 2026's Core Keeper will be for Drew. Stay tuned.
There will be one.
And speaking of 2026, since we're on this topic, we've never, I don't think, officially announced it yet, but the 3 of us will be at PAX East in March. So if anybody plans on being there, let us know. We will be there both Thursday and Friday at least. So we have our tickets. We have our hotel. If you want to join us in Boston or meet up, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. We always get into some shenanigans and some what was that game we played? The ant game. It was Black. What's it called?
Which one?
Black Queen.
Killer Queen Black.
Killer Queen
That
Black.
was fun. We made the friends on the other side of the cabinet.
That after party was fun.
Smack. That was really cool.
There was some YouTuber speed running Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having some of those times again.
Yeah, me too.
Thank goodness. I'm so thankful for you guys that my mind wanders and you're there right there to pick me up. You guys, this year of podcasting has been awesome. We started out this year with the 8-Bit Clubhouse, and it's gone. I think it's gone swimmingly, to say the least. And you guys are amazing. I can't gush enough about you two, for sure.
You too, Goose.
Usually we podcast every other week, and on the weeks we don't podcast, we stream video games live. We actually had a podcast last week, and we podcasted back-to-back weeks. First time all year we've done that. I think so, but I don't know what the schedule looks like for the next couple weeks, but hey, stay tuned into our socials, stay tuned in to our Discord, and we'll be out there. If you follow us on YouTube, you get the notification that we're live, and you can jump right in there. If you follow us on Twitch, you get the notification that we're live. Click on that link, and there we are, our smiling faces and 3 morons on a log. So
that's us.
But we will be back in a week or two, or just keep an eye out. We're around. So
amazing.
Thank you all thank you listeners. Actually, I just thanked Hambone and Drew for being amazing. But listeners, you are the true stars of this show, because you are why we do this. You make this all possible. Well, I mean, we'd still do it if we had 0 listeners, just because we're 3 morons on a log that like talking about video games. But for you to enjoy our conversation, it just brings a little joy to our heart. So thank you, listeners. If I could give each one of you a prize, I would. So we will catch you in 2026.
Amazing.